Okay, so I've gotten a lot of questions from customers asking how to care for their Hautelocks curly hair. So basically, I'm just gonna do this video to kind of show you guys my technique on what I use for my curly units. Right here, I just co-wash this unit. I just use silicone mix and water and rinse it out really well. With curly hair and wavy hair, whatever kind of hair you have, you always want to make sure you're rinsing out all of the conditioner. That's one problem a lot of my clients have, is they always think they're doing something extra by leaving the conditioner in, and it actually takes away from the beauty of your hair if your hair's not totally clean. So what I did, I'm just going to show you a technique I use with my brush. This hair is really wet. It's not going to work if you only have like damp hair. So you have to make sure your hair is fully saturated. The way you see the hair now, if you leave it to dry like this, the weight of the water is going to stretch out your curls, and they're not going to be as fluffy and pretty as you would want them. So this technique I use, basically it's so simple. I don't use any product on my hair. If you were to use product, this would be the time where you would put your product in. And basically, if you want a little extra shine or a little extra control, you're just going to use a dime-sized amount of Vital Silk or Cheese Silk Infusion or any other like oil-free hair serum, and you're going to brush that through the hair. So I don't like product. I like my hair big and fluffy. So what I do here is I basically just go in with my brush and I go through and I brush the curls together. And if you see how I'm doing my wrist, I'm just using a paddle brush. There's nothing fancy about what I'm using. But at the bottom of the curl, I'm kind of twisting my wrist. And it actually helps the curls bounce up. So this is what you want. You want to go through, brush them together, and you want them to kind of pop together and curl up like that. That's what we're looking for. So I'm just going to go through the hair. Sometimes I'll part the top out and then do the bottom first. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to go through and brush it all together. In this unit, I actually have 3 different types of Hautelocks hair. I have the Malaysian soft curl, the Mongolian tight curl, and I also have some of the Malaysian loose curl. When you do this technique, they kind of all just bounce together, and it helps blend them a lot better. So I got all of these done. It isn't perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect with curly hair. So my next step I do is I basically just take it off my mannequin head and I hold it upside down. And I'm just gonna put it on a towel upside down so that all the curls can kind of scrunch together. And you kind of can let this sit for like 5 to 10 minutes, should be sufficient. But you just leave it like that. So then all the curls can kind of squish into each other. So basically, if your Hautelocks hair is done as a sew-in, you can do the same thing with the towel. You just hold your head upside down and kind of pull the towel towards the top of your head. And then you're just going to tie the towel up and let your curls sit with the weight going towards your head. And that'll help you scrunch your curls that way too. Okay, so after you've let these set for a couple minutes, you're basically gonna carefully, like, well, this is what I do. I just put it back on my mannequin head. As you can see, you still have your little curls there. And really, with curly hair, you leave it alone. You don't touch it, like, until it's dry. For me, I let it sit like this. Once it's dry, I then kind of separate the curls. And those little curls that we pop together, those are gonna stay there. And then you'll just have cute little curls on your hair. So we'll come back and see what it looks like once it's dry. Okay, so we've let this hair sit and dry. I haven't done anything to it. We just left it alone, basically. And you can see now, everywhere we pop those curls, you have all these little fluffy, soft, bouncy curls. And you'll see they're all throughout. Wherever we pop the hair, that's where you have all these pretty curls. Now you can take the hair and go through and start separating. And if you want it bigger, you can make it bigger by just separating your curls, and you'll still have the same definition. You don't want to rake through the hair because it'll make it expand and get frizzy. You just want to go through and kind of carefully separate your hair. But this technique you can use with all of your Hautelocks hair extensions, all your curly hair, and you'll get the same result. So if you have any additional questions, you guys can leave them below. This technique's really easy, and it's gonna create the definition that you want. It's gonna keep your hair less frizzy, and it's gonna help you have these pretty fluffy curls. I hope this video was helpful. Now, go make those curls pop.